Alright y'all, welcome back to Street Connects TV. This is the season 2 finale. I'm here with my guy Salih. What's good, buddy?
Appreciate you.
You feel me? We got my boy Thank You Noor in the cut. You feel me? We got our boy D-Velly in the cut. You feel me? Montclair Jersey in the building. You feel me? It's the first time, obviously, as you see that we're outside for an interview. We're here in the park where these guys grew up at, you know. What's the significance to this park to you?
This part really turned boys to men for real. Like, a lot of stuff happened, nothing too crazy, but it wasn't for everybody. But on the good side, we playing ball, played on the courts, rode our bikes, just regular kid stuff for real.
For sure. Now to go into a little more detail, I know you grew up in Orange at the beginning of your life, so how was like the transition from living over there to moving to Montclair?
Orange was like, oh, don't go down that street, cause they doing this, that, and the third. You had to watch out. I was a kid, so I didn't really have to look behind my back or nothing. I just stayed on my block, on my street. I lived on Bradford Street near the NJ Transit Station. I just stayed on my street for like just to be safe. But in Montclair, you could go anywhere. Like it's like a if you really want to, if you walk the whole Montclair, it's like an hour walk. So we can go anywhere we want. You could go in the house at 1 o'clock in the morning, you still be good. You could walk with your headphones at night. Like Montclair is a real safe place to grow up in.
For sure. Now, did any part of your childhood or upbringing play an influence in you wanting to become like a creator?
I'm not gonna lie, I always had it in me, but I didn't even know it. When I was living in Orange, I used to do like stop motion videos with a digital camera. So I did like a Hot Wheels stop motion, and I used like cotton balls as the drifting smoke on the car. And it was just for fun. Like I just wanted to do it. I was just being creative. But now that I'm thinking about it now, it's like I always had it in me, but I didn't know it.
I feel that 1000%. It's crazy you say that, because it's like when I was growing up, I was really into WWE and shit, and like I was into like stop motion with the action figures and shit. You feel me? Yeah. So I know exactly what you're talking about with that.
For real.
I know, yeah. So you know, to describe what you do for everybody, because you do a lot of things. You know, you do fashion, videography, graphic design. How would you describe yourself as an artist and creator, or your style?
I would just describe myself as like a creative, but not so much as a creative, just a very curious person on that side. Like, so me finding that, I just stuck to it. I never saw it as a hobby or I'm about to do this to try to go up. It's just like I'm about to go take pictures with my friends and go out. I'm trying to do a music video with a rapper because I want to see what I could do with how far I could go artistically. And it was really always because of me. So I'll swing people free videos, free photo shoots, free cover art, because I want to challenge myself. So that's how it will go.
Okay, and who would you say were some of your early influences and inspirations when it came to like creativity?
My sister, that she's, if anybody thinks that I'm creative, it's my sister. Like she's the beginning of everything for me. Like really the creative, the innovator. I remember she was on Tumblr when I was like 10 years old. So she was in the Tumblr era at its peak. She knew who everybody was. I would always see her on Tumblr. My mother, she worked at Vogue. She worked at Saks Fifth. So at a young age, I'm seeing designer clothes. I'm knowing all the designers at a young age, and I'm not even trying to know it for like, oh, I'm about to brag, but I'm just knowing like Valentino, Christian Louboutin, Celine. Like I'm seeing that on a daily basis. So that's really just what I was surrounded by. But I didn't start taking that in consideration as like for all the references until like my junior year of high school. But that's just what I was surrounded by for real.
For sure. And then with your knowledge of designers and fashion so early, who would you say are some of your favorite designer brands or like fashion like designers?
So when I was a kid, I used to skate. I was in Montclair at the time, so everybody was wearing LeBrons and KDs and Jordans. I didn't know about any of that until I met my homies, but I was wearing Supras, Osiris's, Vans, Stussy, Obey, and I was infatuated with it. That's like my first time, like, oh yeah, I'm trying to dress.
Word.
And I'm around a bunch of kids who's playing basketball and football, so they ain't understand my swag, but I was just so strong-minded that I'm like, bro, y'all wearing that? I'm wearing Supras, and they hard to me. Like, those my Rick Owens, those my Balenciagas at the time, so.
Word. Now, if you had to say in a couple words, how would you describe your style of art and your creativity? What words would you use to describe yourself?
My style of art when I'm not doing commissions is like real texturized. I like grain. I like underexposed images. Like, so if I'm doing a dark photo shoot and it's lighting right here, it's gonna be pitch black right here. I'm gonna put some grain on it. I like rough stuff, not traditional photo shoot with the lighting. Like, I like nighttime. I like black clothes.
Word.
I guess you could say like opium, Cardi vibes,
Opium type shit, but
you feel me? But yeah, that's what I'm into.
For sure. Now, what were you first into? Because I know you do a lot of different things with graphic design, videography, fashion. What would you say was the first thing you picked up?
Graphic design. So like 8th grade, me and my friends, we were outside at a young age. So 8th grade, I was going to parties in different cities, like the surrounding cities over here and in Montclair. So we going to parties Friday and Saturday when we don't got school, coming in the house at 1 in the morning, and I just kind of got infatuated with party flyers. So you know the party flyers back in the day, like leave the violence at home,
Word.
Boys and girls,
Leave the beef at home.
They would have the emojis.
Yeah.
I just started doing them myself. I don't know why. I just started making the flyers myself. I'm like, I'm gonna make my own party flyers. I tried to hit all my friends up, like, yo, if you having a party, mess with me. Nobody mess with me. They would just go mess with somebody else. But
Word.
I was talking to my uncle. I'm like, he really wanted to. I was getting in a lot of trouble. So he like, what do you like to do? What do you like to do? So I'm like, I like making these party flyers on my phone. That's what I do in my meantime. My uncle like, you like graphic design. I'm like, what's that? So he said, come to my house. He taught me how to use how to use Photoshop for the first time, like how to mask, opacity, strokes. And I didn't have a computer at the time, but I always kept that knowledge with me until my father bought a Mac desktop with the mouse and the keyboard.
Word.
So freshman year, I'm on Photoshop. Freshman year, every day after school, because I was living in Newark at the time, so I couldn't play like how I'm over here. So I'm coming home, I'm doing, if you're from Jersey, you know GMGB. I'm making GMGB fan art. PNB Rock was lit at the time. I'm doing PNB Rock fan art. And I just kept going. G Herbo, NBA Youngboy, that's what I was into. And I just kept going. So like junior year, I was alright. Like I could make something, but I'm not up there with people that I'm looking at on Instagram that I'm into. But junior year in high school doing Photoshop, I was way ahead of the game now that I'm seeing it now.
Word. And then from there, starting with graphic design, was it the transition into videography or fashion next?
I always wanted to make clothes. My boy Isaiah, we was going to New York every weekend junior year of high school.
Word.
So he paid like, I don't even know how he got like a $2,000 camera. When we started going to New York, it was Fashion Week. And this is when Rocky just dropped Testing. So Rocky had the whole New York on lock in like 2018. So we going to pop-ups, we going to the Fenty fashion shows. In high school, nobody even knew. He had a camera, so I'm looking at his camera, so I'm like, shoot, I might as well get me one. So I had like a little beginner Nikon DSLR camera, and I shot his first music video with that camera, with him and this other rapper named TLF Zay. and I just started going from there.
Your family's played a lot of influence into your role with creativity and fashion and design. Were they always this supportive from the beginning?
I don't think it was about the support. Like I said, with even with the way I dress, I never really cared about anybody else's opinion. So it was never like, oh, I need everybody to support me to do this. Like, it was just, I'm just doing it and this what it is. But my dad, my uncle who showed me, my other uncle, my mother, my sister, they all believed in me, and my friends really. So we just went up.
For sure. Now, what was the inspiration behind the name Annoyed and the whole persona of Annoyed?
I used to lie to people because I was embarrassed, but I don't care. When I was a kid, people used to call me annoying. Like, I used to be in everybody's face, loud, obnoxious. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm older now, I can admit it. And I wanted to be different. I started out with Salih visuals, but I'm like, that's corny, that's not me. So, Annoyed, I just made the name Annoyed. That's all it was, for real.
Word. Off the inspiration, the
Yeah.
fact that, like, people always claim you as annoying when you were younger. You kind of just reiterated that back into your craft.
And I knew nobody had the name. I just wanted to be as unique as possible. So.
For sure. Now, let's talk about this next fashion drop, you know, because you feel me? Annoyed's been doing a lot of things. We see 2 different sweaters right here from the last drop, you feel me? What's the next drop looking like? What we getting?
The hats.
The hats right
that
here.
I got on.
You feel me?
July 3rd. That's my birthday. I'm calling it Annoyed Day, but that's when I plan on dropping. And then after that, I just paid for the inventory today. The shorts and the shirt, shirts and short, the Braille shirt and the Braille shorts dropping, and then we just gonna keep going. Like, this past year, I wasn't right financially. It was like this past year was really like my learning year. So everything was on a halt, even though I didn't want it to. So I wasn't able to drop. I was going through stuff, family stuff. But now I'm in a better position. So I got the capital now. So we just going up.
Now, one of the biggest designs that stand out to me with your sweaters is the Braille. What was the inspiration or thought process behind the Braille design?
The Braille. So I made this logo. It took me a while to make. It looks simple, but I made this from scratch. I didn't take this off the internet. It looked like the men's and women's sign for the bathroom. So I made this from scratch. And I think I was talking to somebody. They were like, it looks like the boys and girls sign. You should add the Braille. So I'm like, you right. It's a typeface I got off the internet, but it says Annoyed in Braille, if anybody doesn't know. When I put it on my clothes, it's not a flat screen print. It's always either embroidered or puff print, so you can feel it. It's always gonna be puff print or embroidery. Or if it's a flat design, it's always gonna be something on the piece that's gonna be where you can feel it. So that's the inspiration behind it, and I feel like it's unique. It's a lot of people doing it right now, but I know I did it first. I made this 2 years ago.
Word.
So yeah, it was a long and hard decision to make. I had a Annoyed hand at first, but I just wanted to rebrand. Like, I just wanted to be as unique as possible, make my own lane, my own everything just me.
For sure. To talk a little more about your videography, is there a certain style or a process you have when you're filming a video, or is every video kind of unique and depending on the artist?
Everything is unique as I can make it be, but it always has a reference, inspiration behind it. And I kind of I always add my videos to current videography that I like right now. So everybody knows the Yeet style videos. When he first came out,
Yeah.
I was doing Yeet style videos. If you really tapped in, you might know Native. I was doing the Native style edits. And right now, Glock 40 Spaz, got the video inspiration game on lock for real, but I haven't really been even having time to edit videos. So, but recently I've been working with Nor and Soya Shay, and you could say my style is a little bit unique. I kind of reference other editor styles, but the process, I feel like as artists, everybody has to have reference folders. I take references from everything. I'll take pictures of the ground, I'll take pictures of signs, the back of trucks, I'll screenshot stuff off Instagram. I got thousands of pictures, gigabytes worth of references. So I'll make a folder, put it in my notes, and I'll make a treatment with snippets. I'll use pictures for videos, and I'll send it to the artist, and I'll tell them this is the vibe that I'm on, and we just go from there.
For sure. And what would you say, if you could pick a few, are some of the favorite videos you shot so far?
My favorite video is what's the song we just did? Trying with Nor and so I forget the name. I just did a recent video. It was a 2-part music video with Soya Shay. If you want to link the video in the video, you could. I forgot the name of it, but those are my favorite videos right now.
Other than art, were you interested in anything else growing up, like sports?
Oh, I wrestled. I played lacrosse. Nobody knows this, but I did a Korean martial arts called Kendo.
Really?
It dealt with swords. I tried to play ball. It wasn't for me. I tried to play football. That wasn't for me. Like, my papers wasn't right. I ended up getting in trouble, so I had to switch schools. I feel like it just wasn't for me. Like, yeah, it just wasn't for me.
Word. Now, out of all the different things you do, what would you say is your favorite thing to create? Like, whether it be fashion, videography, graphic design, what's the thing that sticks to you the most, that you still feel the most love for?
Graphic design, but then that's also fashion being a subcategory of it. So designing clothes.
Word.
At the same time. I do everything by myself. So
facts. Just coming up with the designs yourselves and sketching and drawing, you still have the love for that in its initial process.
Yeah,
for sure. Okay. And lastly, what is the legacy you want to leave for yourself? What do you want to be known for when it's all said and done?
2 years ago during Fashion Week, I met Virgil Abloh at a Fashion Week party in Brooklyn. I was already doing what I was doing, but I felt like after I met him, like, I could do everything. And then he passed away a month later. That's the craziest part. He passed away a month later.
Rest in peace.
And
rest in peace, Virgil. Real shit.
I wanna do everything that he was doing. Like, and the craziest part is, I feel like everybody my age that's doing this, especially in this area, New York and New Jersey, what we're doing is way bigger than what Ian and Rocky and Virgil and Kanye was doing at the time. As far as I know, I think Virgil was just good at graphic design. Like, it's so many kids our age, you doing interviews, rapping, making our own clothes, that it kind of got oversaturated, but at the same time, we're way ahead. They were in their 30s when they got lit. So I feel like if they can do it, we're gonna do it 10 times better. Like, you got people like Maya Avery with her brand Insignia. You got my brother Elliot Zylstra, all black, making leather dresses. His little brother Oliver, Norris rapping, Bell rapping, making his own beats.
We got J-Dot with the video.
J-Dot. We got Cam on the camera.
Facts.
I feel like in the fashion world, people don't get lit until they're like 30. So I feel like this is what I was made for. I feel like I was born for designing. Like, I found my niche. So we all keep on doing what we doing. We just gonna go up. Just don't give up. Be genuine with everyone. Like, that's I feel like the second most biggest part. You being genuine. Everybody's so based off of connections and I'm better than this person, I'm better than that person. If we all stuck together as a community, I think we could have been lit right now. Like, I had a group called Nature Boys. We were all a part of it. We broke up for a lot of reasons, but I always said if we just work as a group, strength in numbers, like we could have went up. It's not about who's the most artistic. I feel like it's just like community and how you do it. But don't get me wrong, if you if you that hard, you doing it by yourself, then go up. But I always want to spend everything I'm doing with my friends, giving my hats, my hoodies. Like, that's what I live for. I'm not. It's about the money, but it's not all about the money with me, for real. Like, I want everybody to have everything I have. I want to be genuine with everybody, and those are my principles. And as far as I can see, it's working for me.
Real shit. I agree 1,000%. That's exactly how I look at Limitless Dreams, in the sense where we can't look at each other as different levels of hierarchy when it comes to this entertainment or creative world. We all got to look at each other as equal playing field. You know, we got to give each other proper respect and patience and understanding to allow everyone to grow and blossom into their own things, because it's like everyone who takes it serious has the potential to really do what they want to do. And I feel like that's only going to be taken serious if we just stick together. Right. The constant like confrontation, miscommunication, beefing and shit like that, that's what tears shit like that down, you feel me? So I feel like it's important to just continue to push and elevate each other, you know? So I feel 1,000% what you're saying, and I feel like that's an important legacy to leave, you know, to show people that like we can do this at our age. We're 20, 21, you feel me, doing this, you know? Like Sally said, you feel me, a lot of people don't get into this type of stuff until they're later in their lives. We trying to get into it now, you feel me, so we can make a name for ourselves by the time we're 30 and show the kids and the younger people below us, you feel me, that they could do the exact same thing, you feel me. So, feel me, I appreciate that sentiment 1,000%.
Yeah,
shit.
Appreciate it.
You feel me? And that's it for the interview, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, feel me. Sally, it was a pleasure. You feel me? Feel me? Shout out my guys, knowing them, boy. Feel me?
Know it going up.
You feel me? Yes, sir. But yeah, bro.
Oh, Kizzy.
Bro. You feel me? But yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment. Feel me? Limitless Dreams is gonna continue going up. This might end up being the last Reconnects TV interview in its current form. We don't know, you know, feel me? But we're gonna see where it takes us. We're just gonna continue to keep grinding. Shout out everyone that's been a part of this, you know. And I'm gonna catch y'all. Safety.